We are going to paint 3 white farm chickens, including a Sussex chicken in watercolor. So join me in painting these cute chickens using watercolors. There is no need for sketch in this painting, and also I have included all the reference images in this video so you can follow along with me. I start by painting the first hen using a very light value of Prussian blue. I shape it like a tilted capital letter D as you see in the video. Then I fill it with a light value of Prussian blue. I'm using a slightly darker value so it shows clearly on the camera, but you can go lighter. That way we let the white of the paper show through for the hen. To paint the head, I draw capital letter U shape and fill it with a light value of Prussian blue. After that, I notice the top looks a bit flat, so I add a slight curve to give it a better form. At the back, I suggest a few feathers with just 3 or 4 simple strokes. Then I extend 2 curves downward for the legs. Next, using a medium value of Prussian blue, I paint the shadow areas along the bottom of the body as you see in the video. This helps to create a clear three-dimensional form for the hen. Next, I use yellow ochre mixed with a small amount of burnt umber to paint the beak and the legs. Using quinacridone rose, I paint the comb and the wattle. Next, with a light value of Payne's Grey, I separate a few feathers. Then I deepen the shadow with a medium value of Payne's Grey, focusing on the darker areas under the body. I also added a touch near the neck to separate it from the body. That's it for this hen. Now we move to the second one. The second hen is a Sussex chicken, slightly turned away. For that, I start again with a capital letter D shape as you see in the video, and I fill it with a light value of Prussian blue. Next, I add a U shape for the head. Then I extend the lower part of the body to show where the leg begins. Here you can see two extensions for the legs. One is larger and another one is smaller. Next, I use medium value of Prussian blue along the bottom of the body. This gives a clear three-dimensional form to the hen. Next, using a mix of yellow ochre and burnt umber, I paint the beak and the feet. Next, using Payne's Grey, I paint the darker feathers on the tail and around the neck. Next, using quinacridone rose, I paint the comb and wattle of the hen. After that, I use a medium value of Payne's Grey to add the darker shadows. I place this medium value along the lower part of the body and also between the legs as you see in the video. I also add a touch of medium value of Payne's Grey through the middle of the body. Then using a darker value of Payne's Grey, I strengthen the contrast at the tail and along the bottom of the hen. That's it, we have finished the second hen. Next we move on to the third hen. Here I start again with a tilted D shape, then I add a U shape for the head and connect them to form the body. You can say I'm using a lighter value of Prussian blue for this. After that, I add the tail and extend the lower part of the body with two small strokes to place the legs. Next, I use a mix of yellow ochre and burnt umber to paint the beak and the feet, and I use quinacridone rose to paint the comb and wattle. Next, using a medium value of Prussian blue, I separate a few feathers and also add a shadow areas along the bottom of the body to build a three-dimensional form. Now I use a darker value of burnt umber to paint the deeper shadows under the hen. In the previous two hens, I used paints gray for the darkest areas, but here I switched to burnt umber for a slight variation. I also added a few folds at the bottom of the hen and I let that to dry completely. Using a darker value of Payne's Gray, I paint the eyes of the hen. Next, we have to paint the background. Since these are white hens, a darker background will help them to stand out. I wet the background first. My water has turned slightly muddy from rinsing the brush, but I continue using it because I'm a bit lazy today. Though the water is slightly muddy, it creates some nice edges in the background, which I didn't expect. You can use either clean water or slightly muddy water like me. While wetting, I add a bit more water than usual so the surface stays quite wet without forming pools. Then I mix Prussian blue with Payne's Gray in a thick consistency and apply it to the background. After laying down the pigment, I slightly tilt the board so the excess water begins to flow and carries the pigment with it, creating those soft, dramatic blooms in the background. Next, I add a bit of sap green in few areas but not everywhere. After that, I tilt the board and allow the pigment to move a bit, and also I elevated the board to an 30-degree angle so that the water can move downward and create that dramatic effect for the background. Next, I use a very light value of Prussian blue and Payne's grey mix to paint the areas between the hens. Then I use a light value of burnt umber to paint the foreground. You can notice that I point out a particular area in the video where the value of the hen and the background are almost the same, so there is very little separation between them. The hen and the background start to merge together. I should have added a slightly darker value there to create a better distinction. I only noticed it while recording the voiceover, so I wanted to mention it here in case it helps you avoid the same mistake. Once the paper is completely dry, next we need to paint the cast shadows of the hen on the ground. For that, I use the same color as the background to paint the shadows. While painting those cast shadows, I make sure there are no hard edges. So I soften them with a clean, damp brush. I repeat the same process for all the three hens. That's it. We have completed a beautiful form scene using watercolor. I hope you enjoyed watching it. See you in another video. Until then, take care and bye bye from Prema.